Now, one of the reasons that I'm just really happy to be here is that I've been wanting to talk about websites for I just cannot tell you how long. And one of the things that I think is really important is that we create a website in ways that the ideal client would want. And we're going to be talking all about that today. I desperately want you to approach this next class, these next couple of calls here, with what we call a beginner's mind. And those of you that are used to talking about mindfulness and all that know what I mean by that. That we actually sit down and say, how can I make this fun? How can I make it playful? How can I make it easy? And how can I get it done quickly? Your home page is all about connecting with them. All right. Now, I know some of you in the chat here are saying the issue is authenticity. So let's go back to the beginner's mind idea. And let's throw out the idea that you, I kind of like this. Let's throw out the idea that you have to have website text. Okay, let's just throw that out for a second. Let's throw this out that you have to have a website that sells your stuff. Let's just, your services. Let's throw that idea out. What would we want to say? Okay. So back in the More Clients for Me class, which many of you have taken, and if not, you can get that now for free. Back in that class, we talked about the 4 questions. The first question is, what does success mean to you? The second question is, who are you? What is it that you're saying day in and day out? What is the message that you're called to deliver on this planet? Okay. And then the question were, who needs to hear that? And then where do they hang out? And who else services them? But if we go back to what is the message that you're trying to say? Again, let's throw out the idea that you have to speak to some perfect ideal client. Let's throw all that out and let's just think for a second. What is it that you believe that you want people to know? What is it? Let's marry that with what do people say on intake session to you? What do people say on an intake session to you? So are they saying, I'm struggling, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm trying to get X person to do Y thing, I'm feeling so anxious, I'm having trouble, I want to find a great partner? What is it they're saying? This is the hidden gold. If you start writing down the words that they say on your intake session, you're going to be blown away with how easy it is to write your website copy. But again, let's assume you haven't done that. Okay, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. Let's think about what it is that they are saying that they are needing. All right, make it easy. So marrying, okay, the little Venn diagram overlap, marrying what it is that you're called here to talk about, what is the thing that you talk about all the time, with what is it people are saying to you early on in the intake, or what can you imagine? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of websites. Everybody likes samples. We're going to give you some samples. Judy Hokenauer, who is in Pasadena. Her website is Dr. all spelled out, DOCTOR, JudyH.com. DrJudyH.com. All right, and we're going to bring that right up now. Okay. All right, so now you should see on the screen, hopefully, Dr. Judy H. Now, here's why I'm showing you this, because I'm going to give you the format in which to write your copy. But I want you to see that this is very simple. She just has 3 pages here. Okay, home, meet Dr. Judy, and FAQs. The headline says, Helping Good Parents Raise Great Kids. All right, so in your resource center, you have an audio from Juliet Austin that talks about how to write great headlines. All right, so feel free to listen to that. We're not going to go into that now. Then Judy has a subheading here that says, of course you're concerned, you love your child. So do you see how welcoming that is? She didn't write the word welcome to my website. She wrote, of course you're concerned, you love your child. And then what she does is, in the first part of the homepage, and this is what I want you to do, in the first part, she's got about 4 paragraphs here. You want to join with the potential web visitor, your potential client. You want to join with them with verbiage that would make sense to you. All right? So we've got here, of course you're concerned, you love your child. And then the first part, this joining part, is where you're telling your web visitor, I get you. Okay? And this is why I said have a beginner's mind. Throw out everything that you've said before. All right? Throw out everything that you've said before and just think about your ideal client, and don't get overwhelmed by the ideal client. Just somebody you care about, or the big secret is your ideal client is you with more money. So it's, think about what is it you're struggling with. So Judy here says, I know that your child is everything to you. From the moment you were handed that precious bundle, you knew your calling.